Okay, so the question is how to use shape keys for these simple cartoony characters in Blender. And I'll share my screen, and I have created a couple of characters in Blender already, and I'll show you those. They are not ready by any means, but works in progress. For instance, this one. And then when I've shown these examples, then I'll show you how to create the shape keys. So here, if I'll show you what this looks like in the wireframe or in the edit mode. So really simple character. I guess I was thinking of the Wallace and Gromit kind of character design here while I was making this. Not a necessarily nice character from personality, I'd say. So yes, what are the shape keys? For the shape keys, we'll have to go to the data here, and as you see, I have made one vertex group for the lips called lips in Finnish, huulet. But well, the vertex groups are not strictly necessary. It's just so that I can quickly grab an area of vertices that I want. Okay, I have, so the shape keys are over here below the vertex groups, and I have created just two shape keys here right now. One of them is the basis, which is this shape, and then I have created a second one, which is called mouth closed, suu kiinni. And here's the trick: when I change the value here, it will close its mouth like this. And this value can be animated with keyframes. So I could just click I for on my keyboard for a keyframe, and then go further in time, and then change the value and make a second keyframe. But like this, I can show you how it would be. I have other characters with more expressions, and I'll show them pretty soon. My plan here was to also have the eyes closed and open. So you can see I have made there's the eyebrows are different objects, and then I have linked or parented the lids and pupils to the eyes themselves. And I have different vertex groups for the upper lids and the lower lids, so that I can, because they are like a joint group, so that I can move them as I want to. So basically here, the basis is this, and then we have the closed lids. When I change the value, the lids will close. And then there's open the lids, auki, where they are opening more. So as I said, this was a work in progress. I haven't had time yet to do any shape keys for the eyebrows, which I wanted to do. And then in the end, I wanted to make one driver that would drive all of these expressions. Anyway, let's move on to the next example character. There's the this one. So here there are also several shape keys where I can change the value. These are for the eyebrows now, and also for the mouth, because right now I have made well, the eyebrows they are actually not separate objects, but they are separate to the character, but they are I first made them as separate objects, and then I joined them with the basic character, this cube. And this character also has some armature in it. So here's the happiness. And then there's the mouth closed. And the interesting thing about shape keys, I think, is that you can we can combine these so that there's a little bit of joy and also the little bit of the mouth closed. Or maybe if I add a little bit of fear, pelko, there, then the expression will again be different. So this one doesn't have lower eyelids yet. See, did I have any? Yes, I do have a little bit of stuff also for the shape eyelid shape keys. And I think something is wrong here. They are not closing as they should. Yeah, yeah, don't know what that was all about. Oh yeah, I think it was because I wanted the driver to control them. Anyway, so this was one solution for the cartoony eye problem. I first made let's see, where's the armature? There are the eyes. So I made these eye sockets for the character, and then I made eyeballs separately. Then there's a question: do we need eye sockets at all necessarily? But yeah, somehow for me the eye sockets are nice to have. Also, if I would want to maybe use the vertices above the eye sockets directly without creating these eyelids separately. Yeah. Then also there are different ways of making the pupils. I used the quick and dirty method by just duplicating the eyeball and making the pupil out of the eyeball. Just changed the color a little bit. But actually, of course, well, there are much more beautiful ways of making pupils. And those of you who have been in the Games Academy, you probably have learned those. Well, I have also learned those methods, but I was too lazy to use them, because if you really were to make like eyes, then you need to like really good looking eyes, then you have to use a lot of work hours for that.
I mean, we just did that.
like I did,
Yeah,
or not the complex method.
I don't know any complex method. We weren't
Okay.
taught that.
Right. So there are lots and lots of tutorials for how to make these stylish eyes in Blender. So you play a lot also with the textures and stuff to make the uh, irises look really nice and stuff like that. But like I said, this is the quick and dirty method. And basically, the next thing I should do here is to join the eyeball with the pupil, so that when I'm rotating the pupil, then it would rotate also the eyes. And as for rigging, yeah, I think I'll show you in the next character how to rig the eyes, and then we can go to the actual creation of the shape keys. There's, oh, I also wanted to show the teddy bear. Yeah, so here I wanted to also try out if I could make if I could use shape keys for moving the character's arms, and here you can see them. So my aim here was to make a character without any rigging, without any rigged bones, but that didn't work out quite as well as I wanted to, because, for instance, like I said before, if you want the eyes to follow the character when you manipulate the vertices, then the eyes should be rigged to bones. But anyway, as long as I don't need to move this character anywhere, then the shape keys kind of work. Not quite as well as I wanted, but yeah. So you can, so this, but again, here you can use different shape keys to make the character's arms like combine these movements, which is kind of interesting. Also, there's the eyes closed, which can be combined with a smile. This looks quite scary now, by the way. Like, hey, I'm happy that I'm going to kill you. So now it's more friendly, I think. And then there's so now I'm combining the smile and the sadness, which again makes it more interesting. And as you can see, I haven't put the ears to do, so I haven't done any expressions for the ears yet. So that would be my next step with this character, as well as maybe creating the separate eyelids. But here, the idea was not to have separate lids, but to use the shape of the character itself, the mesh. So if I go to edit mode, this is how it looks like right now. So without any modifiers. Yeah. anyway, so I think I've shown enough examples. So let's go into the actual creation of these shape keys. Here's one character that I might use. This is not as good as I actually wanted it to be, but let's use this now. Yeah, I tend to use the rendered view with Eevee because just for reasons that I like to look at something that has color on my screen and just gray. So, okay. So let's see. It has this character Eden. I have already actually made a couple of shape keys here, but I could just get rid of them. And let's see if this character had any. Yes, it does have a multi-res modifier still on it. And this is one thing that I noticed when I did, when I've done shape keys, and like a mistake that I first did, that I made those shape keys, although the multi-resolution modifier was still on. Like this is how it looks without the multi-res in edit mode. So I thought, okay, let's make these shape keys like as long as I don't have many vertices, so it's easier to grab these. But then when I wanted to convert this character, then it was saying that, oh, you can't convert the multi-res. I couldn't apply the multi-res modifier because it already had shape keys on. So that was a mistake I did. So now I'm going to get rid of all the shape keys that I've made, get rid of the multi-res modifier and start from scratch. Well, I do have another file actually, like where I have gone a little bit further with this character, but I thought this would be the best for showing you the example. Okay, so getting rid of the shape keys is that easy. You just click on the minus, 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 and I'll also get rid of the bases. And I do have one vertex group here already, the mouse corners, but I won't be needing that. Okay, so let's go into, so by the way, it's really important that when you create shape keys that you're in object mode, but when you manipulate them, you have to be in edit mode. And if I would be doing this in edit mode, then it would show that I can't create any shape keys. Okay, but I'll just go to the modifiers. Let's see if I can get on with less levels of the multi-res modifier 2. Yeah, it's a bit clumsy looking now, but let's get on with this one. So I don't want to have too many vertices to manipulate here. So for this, I'm going to save this as another version. There we go. Apply. And I did have this bevel modifier there too. So Nah, I don't think I'm going to use this. Just get rid of it. Okay, so now my character looks like this in edit mode, and I have already selected in my last session these vertices in the mouth. So basically, I think I could make that as a vertex group. So let's make a new vertex group, and this time assign it, and I'll call it. Now I'm getting into English. Mouth center. Okay, and now it's time to go to the shape keys and start shaping them. So now I'm in the object mode, and I'll click here for the first shape key, which is the basic shape, so basis. And then if I'm going to go and manipulate more shape keys, I need to create another one. So now every manipulation that I do on the mesh will go into this key 1 shape key. So let's go back into edit mode while having this key 1 pressed. And now I can just move the mouth more open. Oh, by the way, what I'm missing here is, come on. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to also point out that I have enabled mesh symmetry in the x-axis. As you notice, this is not a mirrored character, but a whole mesh, and that's why it's quite important to have the mesh symmetry. Okay, and the zoom thingy is no. Okay, now I can see all the things here up here. So what I want is to put this proportional editing on, and let's see how it works first. I'll click just G on the keyboard to for scaling, and the proportional editing is now too big, so I need to use, well, I'm on my laptop, so I if you have a mouse with your computer, then you can just scroll on the middle mouse button. I'll do it so I make it smaller, and then I click with my left mouse button. And now when I move, the proportional editing will make this movement soft, so that also the lower jaw is getting along, which is exactly what I wanted. Because as you know, when you speak or open your mouth, it's your lower jaw that moves. Okay, and this is my first shape key, and I'm calling it mouth open. So I need to get out of the edit mode now. And now I can manipulate, I can rename the shape key as mouth open. And now I can test it by changing the value. And there, the mouth is opening. So let's make another shape key with the basis on, and then I click plus and go back into edit mode while being here in key 2. And now I think I would like the character to close its mouth and have this like neutral closed mouth expression. So I'm going to move it like this. And maybe I also want to move the upper lip a little bit so that it's not a stiff British upper lip. So I'm going to click on C on my keyboard to just paint some of these vertices. Okay, and Shift for taking these away. And then I click Enter to get out of this mode. And then let's see how it goes with the movements. Oh, I could, by the way, make a new vertex group for the upper lip. Well, okay. So I also need to move the edges here. So I'll click away. Oh, let's make a new vertex group. Assign upper mouth. It's not strictly necessary to do this, but yeah, I'm thinking that it might ease stuff later. Okay, and here. And you remember that I had the X axis symmetry on, so the other side will also move. And maybe I'll move it a little bit inwards too. Yeah, I kind of like this expression. So this would be my key 2. And let's check how it goes. Yes. And I'll call this mouth closed. And so on. So any questions at this point? Okay. I hope this has been clear enough. So basically, as we talked earlier, these shape keys could also be used for the basic phonemes if you have like a character that has lip sync. And I'm kind of remembering that there should be like a lip sync add-on for Blender, but then that you'll need to create these mouth shapes yourself, even if and when using that add-on. But I need to check that out if I'm now remembering it correctly or not. So yes, if I wanted to make like more shape keys for these eyelids, I could do that, so on. But this character doesn't have a rigging yet, so well, this version of the character doesn't have rigging. So I would, if somebody needs help with that, like I said, I can show that in the early afternoon. What I really want to do, by the way, at this point is to change the inside color of the mouth. It's starting to bug me that it's the same color as his skin. Okay, and by the way, this says mouth closed and not mouth closed. Okay, better like that. Okay, So yes, you probably remember how to do this, or you know it. Like you have to select the vertices. So I'm doing this with a simple vertex coloring instead of any fancier stuff like UV maps. Although I wouldn't say that UV maps are necessarily fancy. But yeah, so here I go to colors or take materials and click plus, assign a new material and make it reddish. So now there's a cartoony mouth color for the character. Maybe it's a bit too red, by the way.
What has it been eating?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Like lots of red berries, maybe. Okay, I think this works better for this character. You might have noticed also that the eyeballs are not straight white, but there's a little bit of a yellowish tone to them. Yeah, so I haven't thought about the colors and materials here at all yet. Anyway, so I'll stop sharing now and stop the recording.